Is it going? Is it flashing?
Why you suck at wheelies on the T-Dub. Alright, so here's a video on the TW and the carburetors about it. And why if you wheelie on it, you probably should know about the different carburetors they had for it. Well, let's get into opening it. Let's see how you take out a carburetor on the TW200. It's real easy. Come check it with me. Alrighty, so here's how you take it out. If we go to our TW here, there's the carburetor. Let me focus it in. Give me a second. So here's how you take it off. So first, take off the tank, which is this 10mm bolt right here. If it's on there, you just take the seat off, which is 2 Phillips screws, or whatever screws it is. They go right here and here. Pop the seat off, and then you take your tank off, of course, and then disconnect your fuel line, which is this guy right here. There should be a fuel filter on there. I need a new one, actually. I got one right here. It goes right in between here. Your fuel line going to the carburetor and the fuel line going to the tank. So when you turn this switch on or reserve, it gives it fuel. Okay. So on the other side, you have these throttle cables right here. So you have to unscrew this guy right here and this guy right here. So basically, these 2 bolts holding this cable on that makes that go like that. That's your throttle. When you disconnect that, the carb will come right off. So first you're going to remove these bolts here. Just loosen them a touch. There we go. And then loosen these. Again, there are these nuts here. And you'll see it comes right out. And then you can, there's a notch right there. You line the cable up with it and kind of move it around a little. It comes right out, just like that. Do it with the other side. This has a push-pull throttle. So if you look, there's 2 cables to the throttle. One throttle is for pulling, this one here, and the other one, this one here, is for pushing. So it's one side is pushing it this way, the other side is pulling it this way. That way it's a redundant system. So if you have one cable fail, you might have another work for you. On the other hand, you have an extra cable if one gets crapped out on the side of the road. So yeah. Alright, so we got a Phillips head screwdriver. It's going right here. You probably can't see it. Either way, we're loosening this. If you look, we have a screwdriver right there going to that hose clamp right there, and this should loosen enough. And then a flathead screwdriver. We're going to get this guy right here. So unscrew. It's kind of hard to see, but you know. Alright, now we're going to reach our hand and then we're going to twist it down and up. It does take a little bit of fiddling, but it will come free, and you can pull it. The best thing I can tell you is to twist it. There we go, it's free. It's best to come out the other side. And here we have it. This is a 2000 to now. I'll set it right here for you guys. TW200 carburetor. Now, this is a CV style. You can tell because of this black cap here that's on the top here. Now, this right here is the reason you can't wheelie your TW200. Let's get into it. Dude, I'm just checking the book. Alright, so from 2000 to now, they have the CV carburetor, central velocity carburetor. Now what I mean by that is this black cap underneath, there's a spring and there's a system where if you look down the throat of it, you'll see there is a slot. It's kind of hard to see. You can hear it though. Anyways, inside there is a slide. Now that slide is crucial, to say the least. It provides the extra fuel that the carb doesn't get with just the slide operation. So, in the front, let me flip it this way. You have this, that's your throttle. So, when you twist it, this opens, giving it more fuel. With it closed, the engine can only rev so much. With this open, you can control how much the engine revs. Okay, well, when you switch this around, this right here, but this is operated off of a spring. I can move it with my finger, and it makes a noise. Here, I'll put it up to your... It's a suction noise. This side, where the throttle is, it's connected to the engine. The engine is a compressor, so when it is turning over, it is sucking in air. So right here is pulling in air. So when you have it set to a certain throttle, setting, the suction allows this to give it extra fuel to give it more power. Now this doesn't happen to the point where it just whoa, but it does happen, and it does give you extra power. Here's the problem with this system. When you rock it back, it doesn't work properly. When you rock it this way and you start moving this, it can get stuck, open, or closed, which means put this in the bike, so right here, when it comes back in a wheelie, what happens to this system? It goes back. And when this system goes back, this CV, central velocity carb, which has this spring and suction system to give it more fuel, can misalign and misact and give you more or less fuel than you need for that wheelie, which can cause you to and get out of balance. 2000 to now, this is the carburetor. Of course, got your choke, everything. Just a normal carb. You can find these online, 30 to 60 bucks. I mean, you can get them for more, but these carbs are made for cheap, good prices, and they're, you know what, you can get a season out of them. You can. I bought this probably about 3 or 4 years ago for $35, and honestly, I got my damn use out of it. Because if you look at it, I mean, I probably put, looking at the mileage meter, about probably 3,500 miles on this one carb, and that's a lot of miles to have no issues. I had no issues, except wheeling. But I don't wheelie often, so it's not too much of a trouble. To fix this problem, we have the original 1989 linear slide carburetor that this TW200 came with. This carburetor, if you look down its throat hole, if I can find the throttle, when I open this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You can see me, kinda. See that? You can see me. When you open this all the way, it's full throttle. There's nothing else in the way between you and the speed of the bike with this older style carburetor. These carburetors also go for more money. I mean, you can find them for a few $100 to up to $500. I mean, they go up in price. They have a smoother choke, in my opinion, when you pull it out. It's just smoother, and it also works a little bit better. It's a little cleaner. You can also kind of press it in a little bit to get a little extra fuel, or to lean it out, depending on how the engine is set. But this is a wonderful carburetor. And if you have a TW200, and if you wheelie your TW200, upgrade to the slide. If you have a newer one, update to the slide carb, because this one, it just feels a little bit better. It's more controllable, as well as it doesn't have that delay. Sometimes with CV carburetors, you have a delay before the throttle hits because it needs the suction of the engine. Remember, it's not this carburetor, the linear slide. To tell the difference between a TW, if you see a TW on the street or up and close and you want to tell if it's an older or new style, if it has this black cap on this carburetor, this black cap, it's a newer 2000 and up TW or modified. If it has this, I'll only describe it as a small, like, plastic cap, and it's kind of narrow. It is the older style, so it's 2000 to 87. And these carburetors, like I said, they're much more sought after. They have their pros and cons, but they do not have any delay with the power compared to the CV, and they are, when they rock back, like we said in this analogy, when the bike comes back in a wheelie, nothing is in the way of this system to work. It's just a spring in the throttle, so it's all in your hand. That's the important thing about this. You can get different carburetors for the TW. You can put any carburetor you really want on it, as long as you tune it right. But if you're looking for just an upgrade or you're looking to change it a little bit, Nibby, Nibbi, they sell a carburetor, it's a PE 28 millimeter carburetor, which I'll link here, and they also make a PWK 28 millimeter, which is basically the race version. You get a little more fuel. It's basically a hotted up version of this. This is a 28 millimeter. When you hear when a carburetor is a 28 millimeter or a 38 millimeter, whatever that millimeter is this. The throat size of the interface between the carburetor and the engine. Not the other side. Notice, this hole right here is bigger, or I mean is smaller than this hole right here. This is facing your air filter. So the bigger side faces your air filter every single time. Now, when we get a pair of micrometers out, just some pair of calipers, you know, and we measure this, the bore, 28 millimeters. You can take the time, but it's 28 millimeters. Knowing that, if you increase this size, so you make this throat bigger, you can get more power. So into that, the next video we're going to be going on, well, maybe not the next video, but one of the next videos, we're going to be introducing a PWK 38, which is a 38 millimeter carburetor. What this does is takes the stock TW200 throat, which it's going to increase this size to 38 millimeters. So this is going to be bigger. This being bigger gives this some extra pop, some extra pizzazz. So, why do you suck at wheelies on your TW? Well, I hate to say it, but it's probably because you have a newer style carb.